Hey guys, it's Tina and I am back and I am here with a quick swatch and review video for the Anastasia Beverly Hills glow kits that recently debuted. They came out a couple of weeks ago and I had to get my hands on them. Alright, I had to because I was already loving the illuminators from their lineup. These debuted a couple of months ago, but I was already loving these. So when I saw that these were coming out, I was highly intrigued. And I know that Norvina, who has been the brains behind a lot of the launches recently, she is kind of the guru behind developing the products and doing the colors and the formulation. She has been on her game and she's kind of my makeup friend in my head. Like if I had to work with anyone in the makeup community as far as product development and just going through the ropes, it would be her because she is so knowledgeable and she cares so much about producing really good products that, I mean, I give it up to her. You go, girl. So we're gonna jump into the review for these and it's gonna be quick and easy because there's not much I can say about these other than they are great. So let's go ahead and jump into the swatches and I'm gonna swatch them on my arm. I'm using a brush to swatch these just to give you an idea of how these apply to the skin, and I did cover my arm with a very light layer of tinted moisturizer just to give you a real life effect of how this would apply over your skin when you have foundation on. That to me makes more sense to show you how the product would actually apply during regular use. So there are two kits currently available. One is Gleam and one is That Glow. And these powders are described as metallic powder highlighters for intense luminosity. It says layer shades together or wear them separately on eyes and body. For even more glow, apply with a damp makeup brush. So the first kit we're going to take a look at is the Gleam kit, which is in the silver ombre packaging. And we'll take a look at the 4 shades included. The first shade up is Hard Candy. Second is Mimosa. Then we have the shade Starburst, followed by the shade Crushed Pearl. So we'll go ahead and swatch these shades. The first up is Hard Candy, which is described as a mood-changing golden peach with a pink pearl reflective finish. And this one is exactly that. It's a very light peach with a pink duochrome. It's really beautiful and it gives a nice glowy pink highlight. Then we have the shade Mimosa, which is described as a radiant golden peach with a metallic finish. And this is a golden champagne shade. You have to use this lightly on deeper skin. Followed by the shade Starburst, which is described as a cool pink with an iridescent finish. And this one is a very pale pinky champagne with a very shimmery finish, so be light-handed with it. Then we have the shade Crushed Pearl, which is a glimmery pink and silver with crystallized chrome finish. And this one is another duochrome. It has that pinky pearlescent sheen to it. These shades are more for light skin and pinky tones. I went ahead and swatched the Gleam kit on the back of my hand. I sprayed it with a little bit of my Smashbox primer water, so I got it a little bit damp, so you can see the intensity that you can get if you use these damp. It's definitely a more intense high shine finish, so if you want more intensity, you can definitely apply these damp. Now we're moving on to That Glow kit, which is more of the bronzy golden hues, and this is better suited for medium and deeper skin tones because of the yellow undertones and the bronzy shades. The first shade in this palette is Sunburst, followed by Golden Bronze. Then we have the shade Bubbly, and the last shade is Drippin' in Gold. So let's go ahead and swatch these shades. The first one is Sunburst, which is described as a bright luminous gold with a metallic finish. This one is a very light yellow gold shade. It's a very, very icy shade. Then we have the shade Golden Bronze, which is a sultry warm bronze with a gold fleck finish. And this one is a deeper golden bronze shade and it has a golden undertone. It's a really beautiful shade and this one would work great on dark skin. Now we have the shade Bubbly, which is described as a champagne rose with a pearlescent finish. And this one is a champagne shade. It's a golden champagne. I don't see a rose in it. Then the last shade is Drippin' in Gold, which is a lavish gold with a vivid reflective finish. And this one is a yellow gold shade with an icy finish. And as you can see, all of these shades are more of a champagne-y gold color and golden hues. And here is that glow applied damp as well, so you can see the intensity of those shades when they're applied to damp skin. And here are the colors swatched next to each other. That glow is more of a yellow gold bronzy palette versus the Gleam kit, which is more of pinky champagne hues. And all of these shades are very light in color, and they're very metallic as well. So be light-handed if you are dark skinned, because these can come off a little bit too intense and a little bit too icy. So you want to use very little and blend it out very sheerly. So the first thing I like to talk about is the price as usual, and these are retailing for $40 a piece, and you do get the full kit. So this is how they come with 4 shades included, and each of these are 0.26 ounces. Now you might think that $40 is a bit pricey for highlight products, but these contain 4 different shades, and these are pretty sizable because the illuminators themselves contain 0.32 ounces. So 0.32 versus 0.26, you're getting 20% less than this in each of these shades. You're getting 4 of them here, and this guy here by itself is $28. So if you do the math, this is a really great value for money. You're getting bang for your buck here. Not only are you getting 4 shades here to mix and match and to choose from, but you're getting a lot of product in each individual pen. So I think price-wise, this is a great buy, especially when highlighters on the market. You have the Becca Shimmer and Skin Perfectors. You have the Hourglass strobing powders that are $38. So this guy is gonna give you a lot of value for money, and you're getting multiple shades. So currently these palettes are available for purchase on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, and you do get free shipping over $25. So you're not going to pay for shipping because these are $40, and you can just grab one or grab both and have a field day. These are also available on Macy's.com exclusively for now, but they will be debuting in Ulta stores and Sephora stores, I believe in March, mid-March in the springtime, when the full lineup goes to those different stores. But for now, you can find it on Anastasia Beverly Hills, Macy's.com, and they're also available in Macy's stores that have the impulse section. So if you have an impulse section that features Urban Decay, Anastasia Beverly Hills, there are a few other like niche brands that are available in the impulse section at Macy's. You can find these palettes as well. And there are 2 different palettes currently available, one in more pinky hues and one in more golden bronzy hues. But there is another one that is in the works that will also be available very soon, so I will be grabbing that as well. So let's go ahead now and talk about the packaging. As I mentioned, there are 2 different kits currently available, with the 3rd one on the way that I will be grabbing. And the palettes are color coded, so it's easy to differentiate between the Gleam kit, which comes in a silver hue, and then the That Glow kit, which is more of a bronzy ombre nude palette. And each palette comes with a little sleeve overlay. So there's a sleeve on top that you just pull off. The sleeve has the Anastasia Beverly Hills logo on the front, the Glow kit, and the actual shade, which is Gleam. And then on the back, you have information regarding the ingredients, a little spiel about the product, the sizing, the manufacturer information, and then you have a little color-coded chart as well with the different shades that are included and the names printed on the back. The same thing is printed on the palette itself. So the sleeve is kind of, it's a throwaway because you have all that information on the palette itself as well. And then it's just a hard cardboard packaging with a magnetized flap that keeps it closed right at the front. And then inside the palette, there is no mirror. So if you're looking for a mirror, there is none here. That doesn't bother me too much because I don't use the mirror anyway, but I know some people like to have a mirror handy. There is no mirror here, which saves on cost sometimes, so keep that in mind. And then at the bottom, we have the 4 shades laid out, and the names are printed on the palette itself. So each of the shades will have their name printed at the bottom in a black font. And each of these little pans actually are removable. They're magnetized pans, and you have a little divot, a little cutout that you can just pry these pans out. And then on the back of each pen, you have a label with the name, the sizing, and the manufacturing information. So I believe these are gonna be refillable if I'm not mistaken. She did that with the contour powders and highlight powders. So I am looking forward to that. If these are replaceable, that would be awesome. Not that I'm gonna run out of any of this because these are each 0.26 ounces. They're pretty significant. And you can see the size in comparison to like my face and my hand. And I'll even show you a blush. This is the Baked Gelato Swirl Blush from Laura Geller, and these are smaller than the actual highlight color. So like I said, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck in these shades. And then you can just go ahead and pop the little pen right back in, and they are secure in there, they fit perfectly, and they're easy to remove. So you won't have trouble like, you know with the Inglot palettes, you have to dig in there to get the actual pans out. These are so easy to remove. I'm literally sticking my index finger in and using my nail to pry the little pan up, and it comes out with no fuss at all. And then you just pop them back in. I think the packaging overall is really well done. It's a really simple and sleek palette, even though it's a large palette. Like when I got these, I was like, oh my God, how big are these? And I looked and I'm like, the pens are huge. Awesome. But it's a really simple but very functional packaging. I like the packaging a lot. So now that you've seen the swatches, I'm sure you can decide which kit would work best for you based on your skin tone and your preferences. Personally, I love both of these palettes. I love the shade selection, and the shades, some of them are a little bit light, but because they have deeper shades in there, I can mix and match and get all the shades to work for me. And I can also use these on the eyes, so on the inner tear duct or just under my brows. I can use these in multiple ways, so I think all the shades work for me. I will say though that I don't think these are gonna work the best on fair skin and porcelain skin and very light skin, because the shades do have a little bit of depth to them. So I think they're gonna work the best on medium and tan skin and even darker skin and deeper skin tones because of the depth of the colors. However, these would work good as blush toppers. So if you wanted to add a little bit of glow to your blush, they would work well. I'm gonna guess that the third palette is gonna be geared towards more fair and porcelain skin, because Norvina herself is very fair skinned and she does cater to fairer skin tones as well. So I'm thinking the third palette is gonna be more for our porcelain skin sisters. So stay tuned for that. Like, hold out, don't jump on the bandwagon just yet if you are fair skinned, because I think there's a palette that's gonna come out for you. But if you're medium skin tone, tan skin tone, dark skin tone, I think either of these palettes would work well on you. And I am wearing the shade Hard Candy and Mimosa right now, mixed on my cheeks, as you can see. And what I like the best about these is that they are finely milled and they are a shimmer and a sheen versus like a glitter bomb. And even the strobing powders that recently came out from Hourglass do have like glittery flecks in them. These have no glitter flecks at all. Like, it's complete glow and shimmer like a crushed pearl, and I really love that because it doesn't emphasize texture or pores. And I'll zoom in so you can see, like, you can see on my skin that it's a nice glow, but you don't see my pores like standing out crazy. And I think that works great on the majority of skin tones and skin types because it's not a glitter mess, and it will suit the majority of tastes. Unless you like the tinfoil shine to the heavens look, then you might not love these as much, but you can use them damp to intensify the shine. But I mean, I love this, and they work with any highlight brush I've seen. I've used my Hakuhodo highlight brush. I've used the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight brush that came out with the illuminators. This works well. A blush brush, any light fluffy brush will work. And if you want to intensify them, like I said, you can use them damp. Overall, I think these palettes are amazing. I think the price is right. I think the shades are awesome, except wait for that porcelain kit. I think it's coming. I think it's coming. But I would highly recommend these. If you have tried these, let me know what you think. But I'm giving it a complete 2 thumbs up, and it's a go for me. I personally love these. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. As usual, I'll leave links to where you can find these and links where you can find me on social media as well. So my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page. We'll leave links down there. And if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can see future videos from me. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye.